Hi, everybody. Good evening. It is a happy Friday, happy stormy Friday. You will probably hear some thunder in the background. Haven't seen much lightning since I was driving home. I did see a couple bolts coming when I was driving home earlier, but haven't seen any lately. A lot of thunder, though, very loud thunder. So, today, what I want to do is I'm going to open with a blessing. It is going to be with the intention of surrender. The reason why I chose this intention is because I try to focus on whatever my morning prayer and meditation and affirmations and gratitude are all about. And today's prayer um, was focused on surrendering. And surrendering is a very big part of my world and where I am today. And had I not had a time in my life when I had to surrender, I would not be where I am today. And that much I do know. I'm a firm believer in that. Um, and I can attest that surrendering is not an easy thing. It's usually having to step out of our comfort zone, what we already know. And sometimes, when we do know something, even though we know it's not good for us, we know it, we're familiar with it. So sometimes it's easier to stay with what we know than to have faith in something we can't see and we don't know. Um, so that's why surrendering is such a difficult thing. Um, but often, if we're going to go down a godly path or a spiritual path, whatever you choose to call your higher power, um, surrendering is an essential step. So I'm just going to do a little statement from Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. And as I do that, I'm going to set the intention with these three, I want to say affirmations, and they are: I release what binds me, I accept what guides me, I surrender to the path prepared for me. So, with that, I'm going to again do three different tarot decks, and I am going to do the three human chakras with one deck, the three spiritual chakras, and then the heart chakra that will tie the two together. So the first three chakras are the foundation, the sacral, and the solar plexus. And before I start, I did pick a sixth sense card out of my oracle deck. It is called the Sixth Sense, and it doesn't come with a booklet, so it is the Indigo Child. And some of you, if you're into spirituality, you've probably heard the term Indigo Child in your lifetime. I know I heard about it the first time. It's funny because I lived in an apartment complex called Indigo Creek, and a woman that I had was very much into the whole indigo, um, and and it was just kind of, it was just, I don't know, like no coincidences, I guess. And and she was telling me about the indigo child, and this was like 2016. So an indigo child is someone that's a gifted child blessed with supernatural abilities and are drawn to expressing themselves through their creativity. So if you are a creative person and you find that like a lot of people that create tarot cards and stuff, they are most likely indigo children. Uh, People that are into a lot of like creative, spiritual type of things are this. That's the supernatural abilities and stuff. So anyway, if you may identify, you can also research indigo child a little more if you choose. So our first card, this is the foundation card, and we have the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is about celebration. It is about community and having much to celebrate. So with this card, we see the red crystals on the end of each wand. We see either a partnership or, yeah, we're going to have some problems here with, I don't know what's going on. It's telling me there's an error here, so I don't know if it's because of the storm or not. So we see this is possibly a partnership, and of course, um, there's that bringing together of energies is what I get with this. I feel that we have some opposites attract type of energy here, and all around them is like root chakra, the red crystal, the red background. This is all about believing and having the courage to go forward on your dream, in your dream. Whatever that dream may be, don't be afraid to express it. Well, actually, be careful with the expressing of your dream until it is actually been in fruition. Because often when we share our dreams, others can dispel them and create a weak energy that that causes us to doubt our own dreams. So, but express with the ones closest to you, especially if it's a person that you are building the dream with. Um, know that you have the foundation to make those dreams happen and come true. So that's that one. Sometimes with the Four of Wands, that is also a celebration, as in like wedding or graduation or some big event. So the Four of Wands can often be that also a celebration of something that has been well merited. All right, here we go. The sacral chakra. No, this is all right. The sacral chakra. We have a lot of green and black. Um, so we got the heart chakra coming in, and the black is our own darkness, our own. Hate to use the word darkness. Our own hidden, um, our hidden nature, our hidden characteristics that we don't really want others to see in us. That could be, the vulnerable aspects of our life. Just the things that we keep to ourselves. Our fears, that's another one that we often don't want people to see. So this here card, it's the moon, and the moon is number 18, which is also, when you add them together, it's a number 9. Um, the moon energy is a feminine, divine feminine energy. So it's a nurturing energy, and this is telling me, and your sacral chakra is your creative energies. So this card is is telling me, what I'm feeling from this card is that you really need to nurture your inner truth, your inner self, your, I'm going to say, your inner child. If you are an indigo child, you need to nurture that child, um, and bring out bring out those energies that you are hiding. Um, and once you bring them out and and expose them to especially people that care about you, you will realize there's nothing about you at all that you need to hide from anyone. Um, and often the moon, if you look at, we all have a sun sign, the moon sign. The moon sign is often the characteristics that we don't like really broadcast those characteristics. We kind of, for an example, I have Capricorn sun. Capricorn's like the steady, easygoing, climbing the mountain um, persona. And then I have a Gemini moon, which is the ADD. No offense to any Gemini suns out there, but my Gemini moon gets me into a lot of trouble because it never stops thinking. It never stops wanting to new ideas and new things, and it causes me to bounce from one thing to another. And Capricorn, my Capricorn energy does not sit well with my Gemini. So my big work in life is bringing those energies together so that they can work together as one moving forward. Because Gemini is actually my powerhouse of creativity, and Capricorn is my stable, realistic one. Um, so they're both like wonderful characteristics, but often they're not working in sync with each other. So, the moon sign, my moon sign, I often have to kind of rein that one in and kind of slap my Capricorn goat in the rear to get that one moving and not be such a negative Nancy. That's the word that's coming up. So, anyways, your moon sign could be the sign that you kind of um, keep from, from people really seeing the true you. And there's nothing about you that should be hidden. Nothing about you. Your inner self, your true self, and the outer self. We have number 20 here for solar plexus, and this is judgment. And the judgment card, this is like the color on this in the background here is like a carnelian stone. I think I have one right here. For those of you that aren't familiar, and carnelian it's like an orangey. Some of them are darker, they're a little more red. It's hard for me to, it's not a big stone, it's just one of these little pocket ones. But some of them are a stronger, darker red color. And they're used for either sacral or or root chakra. But that's the stone color I feel when I see this card. Judgment is all about, you've done all the work. You've It's kind of like, now it's time to tap into the whole picture and look at the whole picture before you react, respond to anything. Look at the whole picture, do a pros and cons list, and don't don't be hard on yourself, is what I'm getting. But also, get a clear, realistic view of where your life is at, where you want your life to go. And the judgment card is kind of like judgment day for you. It's like you take all the pieces of the puzzle, you put them all together, and you see the beautiful picture that has been created with the good and the bad, and realize that it's all of it has created the you that's within. Um, it isn't just all the wonderful things that you did in this life that created you. It's all. It's the bad things that happen to us. It's the good things that happen to us. It's the weak things. It's the strong things. So it's bringing all of our whole life picture onto a canvas, and knowing that each piece is part of who you are, who you're becoming, and who you are going to be. Okay, there's our three human chakras. Let's do our three spiritual chakras. I drew the oracle cards before I started this. For some reason, I was having a heck of a time trying to get on here. Every time I go into my computer, it seems like everything's been erased, and I like lose things. I just, and it takes me forever to find them again. And so, yeah, I sat here for like 2 hours trying to just open up my YouTube channel. Anyway, it is what it is. So, for our throat chakra, and look at the beautiful blue sky we have here. A very, very pretty blue sky, clarity. When you have a blue sky like that, it means that things look very clear. Even though there's a few clouds in the air, it's still a very clear view of the future. We have the Ten of Wands. This man, this picture, is I want to say harvesting. Yep, getting ready to harvest the crop. So with much hard work and discipline and character and consistency, you now have a beautiful crop to tend to. As far as the throat chakra, it's very important when you are planting your seeds and tending your garden that you are expressing the needs that you have for nurturing those seeds, nurturing the soil, and once the seeds take root, nurturing what comes up. Because once the seeds take root, we don't just walk away and there's no more tending. We have to make sure that if there's a drought, we water that garden so that it continues to be healthy. If it's too much rain, we might want to find a way to protect it. If there's going to be an early frost, so there's once we plant our crops, we can't just like walk away. And part of knowing what we need to do to create that beautiful harvest is communication. Communicating effectively to what you need in order to bring the most bountiful crop that you can create. With clarity, there's a lot of green in here, so with love, with heart, and then the ground, all that ground is the solar plexus, which is emotion. So, yes, communicating communicating your emotions through love and clarity is what the message is for that. And just enjoy the whispers of those clouds. That's what that feels like. Those clouds feel very whispery, like you could just sit upon the clouds and look down upon the earth and watch all the little people running around. Um, I love those. I think they're called cumulus. I don't know. I remember I did a science project when I was really young, and clouds was what I picked. Um, but those were my favorite kind of clouds. Those soft, whispery clouds. Anyway, we're going to do the third eye now. Oh, okay. This is a Scorpio energy. This is number 8, infinity, no beginning, no end. We also have, wow, we have a lot of symbolism here. So this is the death card, and it does not mean that anyone's going to be physically removed from Earth. The death card represents rebirth, death and rebirth, the death of the old and the birth of the new, and the intuition. I what's coming up what's coming up right now is the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that's how this is tying into the third eye, that intuition. Knowing what you can't change, knowing what you can, and having that courage to do that, and knowing the difference, knowing the difference between what I can change and will, and what I can't change and won't try anymore. Um, so that in itself is a rebirth. Um, for that serenity prayer to come into fruition in one's life. It's actually, to me, it's a miracle and works at work. If you notice, we have a triangle of energy here, um, which is Father, Mother, Holy Spirit. Some might say Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Father, Mother, Holy Spirit, and that's the energetic triangle in this picture. If you can see it, I don't know if you can see it or not. Um, we have a man that is in the middle of all of these horses. As I've said in past readings, horses are a symbol of freedom, free spirit, free mind, free body, free soul. And it's a graceful freedom. It's kind of like a freedom that comes through complete acceptance. And um, and I use that for horses are one of the animals, my spirit animals, and I absolutely love horses. Um, and to me, that's what they represent. That's the symbolism I gave to them when I started my energy healing. Above him is this cloud. It almost looks like a funnel for a tornado, but it's actually the funnel that's bringing down the energy of that triangle. And this funnel is divine feminine. That spiral, the spiral is a divine feminine symbol. So Mother Earth, Mother God, Mother Earth is coming down and letting you know that she's here, she's watching over you, and that you have nothing to fear. And the horses are your spirit guides leading you out of whatever it is that you need to move away from. And the horses are going to guide you with grace and protect mind, body, spirit, and soul. And it will be a beautiful rebirth. All right. Okay. Last one is the crown chakra. And then we have our three heart chakras, one for each section that we have here. Uh, so we got, okay, we have a Leo energy here. A lot of bright, bright, bright orange, yellow, and green. So this is card number 8. That was 13. I said 8. This is 13. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did that, but um, yeah, that's number 13. This is number 8, which is the infinity sign. Some of you are probably thinking I was crazy there, calling an X a B, but here we go with the strength. And I always love all the cards that I see with the strength card, because there's you basically have both energies. You have the divine feminine over here and the divine masculine over here. And the divine feminine is the nurturing, the mother energy, the one that is going to give you just the right coddling, just the right nurturing to get you through to the next moment. The divine masculine is the courage, the strength, and the key to the strength card is knowing when to use each one of these energies. It's the ability to bring those two energies together, and that's what's truly strength. To not always be the tough guy, not always be um, ego driven or, I'm in charge and I'm the boss, um, which is okay. It's okay at the right times. And it's also not okay to always be the mothering one, the nurturing, the coddling, the enabling. Um, it's taking both of those energies and bringing them both together that brings courage into your world. So, and the colors here are like you got the beautiful blue sky, clarity. You have all the orange and yellow, which is supposed to represent the sun. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm sorry. And then the heart is her green outfit. So with love, we always know because we're working through love and clarity. We always know which one needs to be the working force coming through, whether it's the nurturing divine feminine or the nurture or the courageous divine masculine. Through love and clarity, we will always make sure that those energies are coming forward in the right times. All right, now we're going to do the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is going to be for the first one, we're going to find how the heart chakra can assist with the foundation, the root chakra, and the throat chakra. Let's see what comes out. I thought one was popping and it wasn't. It was a couple of them. So here we go. Page of Swords. Okay, let me tap into this for a second. All right. So here's the two cards that we have the Page of Swords. So um, we have opposites attracting. We have a lot of red, a lot of foundation, a lot of root chakra. We have the bringing together of energies and the courage to just bring forward who we truly are. and working with what we have to build and be bigger and better. And then we have the reaper of the harvest, reaping the harvest, reaping what we've sown. And the page of swords, pages are messengers. A lot of yellow in this card, which is solar plexus, and we have swords are ideas. So what I'm feeling with this card, tapping into our foundation, our root chakra, and our throat, is when you tap into knowledge, wisdom, um, and knowledge through the mind, knowledge through research, um, and knowledge through spirit. The crows, those birds, they represent spirit there, and through those different entities, you create a world of knowing, and it's through the knowing that this messenger will be able to walk the tightrope, walk the dangerous path to assist you with whatever you need to know in order to reap your harvest and in order to create that final beautiful celebration. Um, okay. All right, let's do our next one. Our next one's going to be the sacral chakra and the third eye. Oh, I'm taking that one. Okay, I love this. Ace of Cups, Ace of Hearts, Ace of Cups. So, aces are always new paths, doors opening. Cups are about emotions, love. As you notice, there's a heart there, and she's holding it right at her heart. This card always reminds me of I do a lot of distance healing, and I send healing out to people that are not like in my immediate um, presence. And the way she's holding her hands right at her heart center and bringing that energy between the two palms, that's how I create the energy to send off to somebody that I'm sending healing to. And this is about opening the door with love, opening it with lots of love to help through a rebirth, help through um, trusting the path, the faith. This is also about the healing of an opening door to bringing out your inner child or your moon energy or those things about you that there's a book. If you really knew me, would you love me? Or would you love me? If you knew me, would you love me? Or something like that. I was introduced to it over 40 years ago. And it's all about the way we perceive ourselves and the big boogeyman that we kind of keep hidden from everybody. Oh, but if they knew this about me, they'd have nothing to do with me. So the Ace of Cups is about the doors opening and the healing coming for your dark secrets, your inner child, for your rebirth. The Ace of Cups is going to keep you strong, keep you healed, and keep you walking in balance and in love. And that's the heart. That's at the heart chakra. All right, our last one is the solar plexus and the crown chakra. So our solar plexus was judgment, and the crown chakra was strength. So let's see how our heart chakra is going to assist with bringing those two into balance. And doesn't necessarily mean those two, it's just how the next card is going to just assist with those two chakras. If they bring them both together, that's great. But it can work with either one of those and other chakras. Here we go. Ready? We have the Fool, the Fool, the Fool, the Fool. I love this card. We have a big old flower of life in the water there. Geometric shape. And if you ever took the time, like even to take things and put them under a microscope, you'll find that the flower of life is in almost every single living thing and non-living thing, any energy that exists, which I find is absolutely amazing. If you take a flower, if you take the cell, it amazes me. So the water is a very beautiful blue. Um, we've got indigo blue there, and we've got a medium blue, like just a regular blue, a royal blue. I guess it would be called. I don't know if it would even be a royal blue. Um, I think it's even lighter than that. So that is communication and intuition. Then we have the sky, which is green. It's a very pretty green. It's a soft, soft seafoam green, like this heart crystal. Um, and that's the heart chakra. And she's holding out an amethyst crystal, just like, bring me the energy, give me the energy, source, higher power, God. Give me the energy, the courage, the strength. She's wearing a yellow dress, which is all about emotions. She's hanging on to a branch. I think that's a branch. Yeah, she's hanging on to a branch. And she's kind of like, it reminds me of, I don't know if in school you ever had to do the trust thing, I guess it's called. I don't know. Where you have to fall back and just trust that whoever's behind you is going to catch you. And I had a very difficult time doing that when I was a kid, trusting that someone was going to catch me. And that's what this reminds me of, this position that she's in. It reminds me of the trust game. Um, and she's trusting. Her heart is trusting God, trusting her higher power, trusting Source, that she's going to be safe and she's going to be able to do whatever it is on this journey. The whole tarot deck is based on the Fool's journey, and all the tarot cards from this card forward are all the story that the Fool has to go through in order to get to all the kings and all the major arcanas. And it's basically life life going through life's path, life's lessons. Um, there are no mistakes, there are lessons. And we all have our own lessons to learn. We all have our own cross with there. Um, And I've always said to people, it's like my cross is too heavy for you and your cross is too heavy for me, or it's too light for me. So God's given each one of us our own special cross with our own special stuff to move forward on this journey, on this path of life. And, this is all about taking a leap of faith. And that's what life is all about. It's a leap of faith. And knowing that wherever my feet land, I'm going to be okay because I have the energy and source of God, and nothing can destroy that. So now we have our two oracle cards, and the first one, and I love this. It's a three, and it's the green, the heart chakra, and it's got a heart crystal in the palm of the hand there, and it's kind of cracked. It's got like a crack in it. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to be energy coming out of it or if maybe it's been a wounded heart or a broken heart and it's beginning to heal. And I don't care how many times someone's heart has been broken, God is always strong enough and powerful enough to heal your heart, no matter how many cracks are in it, no matter how many wounds are on it, bandages are on it. God has the ability to heal all. And all you have to do is trust that He will. And this card says, share the love. And in the background, it's all pictures of, I don't know if it's the same couple or different couples. I didn't look that closely. It looks like it's the same couple. But, and that's what love's all about. It's like love is all it alone. It is the circle of life. Love doesn't just happen. You have to work at love. You have to learn from each other. You have to communicate with each other. It is an ever growing cycle that you go through, and there's lows and the highs. But when you're working together and bringing your energies together, there's always a way to balance it out, and to know that love is better together than alone. I don't know where that came from, but that's what came. And let's see what we have for the green. Oh, here we go. Okay, it's 101. All right. Share the love. The key words here are friendship, celebration, rejoice, and community. You're entering a period of joy and tranquility. However, this card speaks of friendship rather than romance, suggesting that this is an opportune time to connect with friends. For the time being, let go of any desires, anxiety, or stress around romantic relationships. Instead, focus on your relationships with your friends. Turn to them for support if you need it, and find reasons to celebrate with them. Rejoice in the fact that they'll always be there for you and you for them. Community is also important at this time. Get out of your house and away from your own concerns. I'm sorry, I'm relating. How can you positively contribute to your community? Reach out to your neighbors. Is there an activity group or support group that you've thought about joining? Do it now. This is a great way to meet new people who could turn into lifelong friends. Feel the joy of connecting with others. and sharing your love in that way. And I can attest to that because I was at a healing, no, actually, it was a mediumship development last night. And I met two new people that I connected really strongly with. And it was really special. And one of the people texted me today and invited me to go out and to listen to music. And it's like I haven't done that in I don't know how long. And I love music. I love dancing, and it was like it sounded like so much fun. And I would have probably considered going had I not been full of sweat from working outside in the heat because I have to get some things done tomorrow if it's not downpouring. And and then I wanted to do this reading. So I said that I really couldn't do that tonight because and tomorrow I'm going to be gone all day at the chapel I go to. And if you're from South Carolina, in Little River, the All Souls Metaphysical Chapel. I think it's 4547 uh, Red Red Barn. I don't know. You can look up All Souls Metaphysical Chapel. They're having their psychic fair. This is their main fundraiser, monthly fundraiser, and I'll be there all day tomorrow. So I know tomorrow's, kind of a day that I am volunteering to help the chapel I go to. So I had to get a whole bunch of things done today, and so I couldn't go. And I told them maybe another time. But it did. It sounded like so much fun. It's been so long since I have gone out and done anything like that. In fact, I haven't done anything like that since I've moved down here. So that's been almost 4 years, and probably a couple of years before that. So then we have Archangel Michael, and it is trust in divine purpose. This is number 34. And I love this. This is all indigo blue here, which is all your third eye, intuition. And with the intuition, you've got that guiding white light coming through. And Archangel Michael is representing himself as a feminine here. And, you got the beautiful blue flower, and it's just a beautiful card. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you are on a path of growth. Let's see what this card says. Trust in divine purpose. Dear darling child, I know that you have experienced emotional wounds during this human experience. It is my intention to help you soothe your heart as you recover from these challenges. Source is pouring pure white light of healing down upon you to help you come to a place of peace as quickly as possible. It will take a little time, but there is no doubt that you will heal. I know that you are confused. I realize that you're fearful, anxious, sad, or even heartbroken, but I'm asking you to trust me. There is a reason for what you're going through. There is a meaning in this experience. It may take a while for you to understand why this has to happen now. But that time will come. It will. One day you will see the divine purpose underlying your growth as a soul in human form. You will suddenly connect the dots, and the aha moment will arrive. And when you do see the light, you'll realize that it was all divinely orchestrated to take you to the next step of your dreams, coming true, and real joy coming into your life. Maybe you can see that right now. Maybe you already get it, and you're putting your faith into positive action. If you are, then good for you, because your faith is indeed being rewarded. But if you're struggling right now, then again, I ask you to trust me. Reach out to friends and family for comfort. Allow yourself to experience the emotions you're having. Be open to the loving care of professional counselors if the need arises. This will all work out. It will be okay. And I am here for you now and until the day comes when it will all make sense. What a beautiful card to end this reading with. And I want to say I really appreciate all of you. And don't forget to like the video, to share it with someone that may also enjoy this video, and to also subscribe. And if you subscribe, you will get automatic notifications of new videos and also of our sacred talk that we do on Sundays. And this Sunday, I didn't do it last week because I had heat stroke and just couldn't function by the time I was supposed to do it. But this Sunday will be the third eye and connecting third eye chakra energy to biblical text. And with that, I just want to say thank you very much. Have a beautiful evening. If you are going out to dance, unlike myself, enjoy, but be safe. Be safe from all that is out there because we don't always know what's around us. So, and you can always ask Raphael and Archangel Michael and Uriel and all the others to protect you before you leave your door. So, with that, God bless and have a beautiful evening. Bye bye.